Shalom, brothers and sisters. Welcome back to Rooted in Hebrew. My name is Mike. Today is the 31st of December. Man, I tell you, this time, it has, this has been a journey. This has been a journey. But brothers and sisters, with this journey, there's this depth of this hate. This is a noticeable situation that we are witnessing right down to this day. And I'm not even speaking about the world. I'm talking about what's going on in Israel. That's what I'm talking about. We're not worried about the world and the thing that's going on in the world. Those things are going to happen. The thing that we need to be concerned about is what's going on with us as a people. And I say people because right now we have to deal with one another for the location that we are in. And we are in Babylon. Shalom, Sister Van P. and Sister Donna. This is the concern that we should have for one another. I tell you, this hatred and the things that I'm hearing, brothers and sisters, I'm just hearing. I was talking to Brother Galen, and he was telling me about some brothers in Canada, and then about another brother that was locked up and got beat up real badly. This hatred is across the board, and this hatred is not only outside of Israel; it's within Israel itself. That's where it's at. And this is the time, brothers and sisters, that this is not that time that we need to be turning a blind eye to a lot of the things that we are hearing and witnessing to what's going on in the community. This stuff is taking on a whole different plateau. That's what it has done. And unfortunately, a lot of us are falling for it. Falling into it when you have brothers that are trying their best to, hey, we need to get a hold of this. But now I'm going to tell you what we're doing, brothers. Shalom, Sister Monica. You can tell we Israel. I'm about to give you one legitimate way you can recognize it. A couple of weeks ago, brothers was working on forming a board of elders to hear cases. And I'm going to show you something about us. We're the most disrespectful people towards one another. But when things hit the fan, you know, we run back to ministers or whoever, elders, to hear your case. That's what we do. We run back. And if things are not going in your direction or your liking, and the brothers say what they say, you know, try to do what they do and things of that nature, we did this. We are doing the same thing our forefathers did. We hand everything back over to the nation. We go back to Babylon to hear our court case. That's what we do. And that's what's happening. We're going back. We go back to Babylon. Hail Caesar. This man is claiming to be the king of the Jews. You're going right back to your overlords. And I'm seeing that right now. We're literally witnessing us doing that. That's the thing. We literally are doing what our forefathers did. We're going back and we land our cases to the nation that won, the nation that enslaved us, the nation that enslaved us, put us in captivity, the nation that did everything to us. We're going right back to them to hear our court cases. This is what we're doing. Israel. We're doing that to the fullest. We done jumped away from the Most High. We done jumped away from the laws. Oh, I don't like the way this is going. All right, I'm going, brothers. Even if, yes, let it be money that's involved. Your faith, your faith, your faith is the most important thing to you. And that's one thing we should recognize. We should recognize that. This intense hatred, brothers and sisters, we seeing what's in the world. And we recognize, we know who we are. We know exactly who we are. We Israel. And we was happy to find that out. We was a lost people. That's who we were. We were trying our best to say, hey, we black and we proud. We didn't know that we was Israel. But the world came down and slapped us and said, you will never amount to nothing. But yet still we kept fighting, although not knowing who we were. These are the fights that we put up as a people who did not know where they was from, where they was going, and the depth of these people, of you, of who you truthfully belong to. But somehow we kept fighting. We kept fighting. We've been fighting so much, it's to a point where it's like we don't know when to stop fighting. This is it's out of hand. It is. We're witnessing the rise of Israel. This is what we are literally witnessing. The rise of Israel. And for the brothers and sisters out there, when I say the rise of Israel, it's only a small amount of people that's understanding what I just said. Because you're seeing the rise of Israel, and you're seeing at the same time a downfall of Israel at the same time. Brothers, are you going to be that remnant that's going to survive? That's the question that each and every last one of us need to be making. Are you going to make sure that you are that one that be of that remnant and not to succumb to what's going on in Israel? Because right now, you got some brothers out here who got brothers and sisters. They got their mindset as to what they're going to do. They got their mindset. Truthfully, what these brothers talking about doing, trying to get a board of elders together. I understand what they're saying, but then, hey, it can go so far. It can only go so far. It can go far as it wants to go, truthfully, brothers and sisters. And let's go be with the support of the brothers and sisters. That's going to say, hey, yes, we are up under the law. Shalom, Sister Patricia. I'm glad you made it in today, sis. This is where we are standing right now. This is the rise of Israel. The world is recognizing it. And at the same time, within the same movement that's happening, you have a downfall of Israel at the same time. Brothers and sisters, y'all want to talk about some hatred? Let's get into this hatred. Let's sit up and let me tell you about some hatred. Because this nonsense is out of control right now. And I don't flat out care what you may be thinking when it comes to, well, and let's just say it this way, brothers and sisters. Let's just say you are a brother or sister who has been offended, and you have all the proof in the world. Let's just say that now. Now, this is where your faith, patience, and endurance will have to play itself out. And brothers and sisters, I mean, look here. I'm not sitting here downplaying none of your feelings or emotions or your cases that you may have against your brother. My thing against you is this. I don't want you brothers and sisters to get wrapped up into it so deeply that you forget your mission. Because everything that you're going through right now, it seems personal. And I want you brothers and sisters to think about that just for a moment. When it starts to get personal, that's when you need to be, oh, wait a minute, this is on a whole different level now, because it's like the devil has came in, and said, we'll play with them just a little bit. Play with them just a little bit, make them feel secure. And we'll get them, and drag them away from the flock. Listen to me, brothers and sisters. When you're being dragged away from the flock, back into Babylonian system, the Babylonian courts, they bring you outside from the flock. That's a very dangerous thing. Because once they got you out so far, it's the wolves that creeps up behind you. But you're not recognizing the person who's dragging you away from the flock. That's that wolf that's covered looking like a sheep. That's who he is. We're going to have to recognize this. And brothers and sisters, and please, I'm saying this with a great deal of compassion when I say this. You may have a legitimate case, and you may have had funds, whatever, taken from you. Brothers, and listen to me, and I say this with I'm saying this with so much respect. And hold on to the respect. And the reason why I can say this, because I experienced it too. I experienced a loss and things of that nature. I know some of you brothers and sisters are going through, and you feel I need to be vindicated right now. I had this money or that money set aside for this here, and for them to come in and take my money and so on, so on. Yes, I understand. I understand. But at the same time, there is a faith that we must maintain. Something you have to hand over to the Most High. And when I say hand it over, you hand it over with a great deal of tears. Because when you are upset and you have been offended, and you hand it over to the Most High, he takes on that emotion, brothers and sisters. Listen to me when I say that. He takes on the emotions. Shalom, Brother Dave. I'm glad you made it in, bro. He takes on that emotion. He's hurt because you are hurt. But you're giving your hurt to him because you know for a fact, I have to rely upon the Most High. And so now you give that to him. He's looking, oh, wait a minute, this person did this. They think, this is not the time. This is not that time. I'm going to allow these Israelites to keep on mocking me. I'm done with that. I'm past that. Now I'm going to have to start showing my hand against these little stiff-necked Israelites that I woke up. They think they thinking that I'm on a slow motion move. Now, when I start touching Israel, that's when But it seems like this is what Israel is asking for the Most High to do. When you know that you're doing ill to your brothers, because you haven't seen the Most High act. But now when he started to act and he started laying that hammer down, that's when we start crying and yelling and weeping. But when you have laws, but we want to pick and choose what laws we want, when we want to abide by laws. There is nothing new up under the sun, Israel. The Most High does not have a problem with taking you out. Now, I don't flat out care who you think you are. If you know for a fact you did some business with your brother and sister and it did not go well, and then let's just say hypothetically speaking that this person wants to pull out, respect that, because you would want the same respect if you say, you know what, no, I'm not feeling this here. I mean, let me just go ahead and take my money and I'll pull out. But when you think you go sit up here and hog tie someone else's funds because of some legal or gray matter, you're not dealing with your brothers according to love and kindness, that's the law. That's the one that supersedes any law. But when you take that law that is of the Most High and you want to say, no, I'm going to Babylon. I'm going to let the courts hear this. The courts go see, this is a gray matter. This can go this way or that way. Not with the Most High. The Most High don't never ride no fence. And for you brothers and sisters out there that think you can ride that fence, yeah, you may be that 2/3 the scripture is talking about. Take it the way you want to take it. Believe it the way you want to believe it. But this is how it's going to go down. The Most High is not going to wait to, I'm going to wait 1,000 years before I deal with you. Those days are gone, brothers. They're gone. If you don't believe that, that's your business. I'm not even trying to roll a dice on that. But this dumb stuff that we are witnessing, this stuff is out of control. Everybody wants to be this special group of people. And then you have the same individuals and amongst the community that want to walk about with no authority. With no accountability, but want the authority within Israel, but don't want no responsibilities. I want to be able to come in, do business with you, and rip you off. And that's how some things are looking. And this mess is across the board. There's no bias to this. Right is right, wrong is wrong. If you want to uphold the laws that are from the Most High, because when it's all over said and done, eventually Babylon's mindset will be done away with off the top. Ain't nothing you or I can do anything to stop that judgment that's coming from the Most High, because he's going to reign supreme, and he's going to bring his people who's looking to those laws, and they're looking at other brothers to abide by those laws. Those are the ones the Most High is going to take with him, bring them into his place, because we're showing that we want to abide by the laws. But when you don't want to abide by the laws and you want to go back to Babylon, you pimping your own self right out of life. Your privilege of breathing will be revoked. But we don't believe that, because you know why? We sat right here and we came into this world. We have never heard the Most High's voice. We have never seen his hand in such a grandeur. But Israel, keep on pushing, keep on mocking the Most High. One day you're going to mock one time too many. And for you brothers and sisters that's out there that's doing business with your brother and sister, it's not always the person who's doing business, the person that's in the wrong. So now when I say this is not bias, it's not bias. So you can't come up here and say that, hey, you talking about me. No, I'm talking about laws and actions of our brothers and sisters across the board. And brother, you may have been that one brother or sister who have misunderstood the contract. You may have been that one. And so this is my thing, brothers and sisters. Let's just say you was one who misunderstood the contract. All right, fine. And you said, well, I want to be able to pull out. Well, the brother's looking and said, well, it's in the contract, so you will mess me up because I didn't, I have already invested the money. And so now we got to wait on returns. No, I don't want to do it now. No, brother. If you know for a fact you're about to get into an investment, in other words, it means recoup your money with time. It's going to take time for your money to come back. That's what investment means. And I'm talking about the brother on this particular side of that contract. Read your contract thoroughly before you sign your name on a contract and putting your money or your savings over. If you're taking $20,000 of your money and you're going to invest it with this particular brother in his business or whatever, know the return on your investment. If this brother say, all right, we're looking at 2 years and it should be about this amount of money, and that's it. And brothers, the brother cannot give you down to a science of how much money you're going to get back. And so now you will have to understand the jargons, the meaning, and understanding of a contract, brothers and sisters. When you're talking about moving your funds, I don't care if it's $500 to $30,000. You need to understand that. Look at that contract thoroughly, and truthfully, when it's all over said and done, brothers and sisters, always approach the Most High about how you need to move, because trusting man will bring a curse upon you. And I'm not speaking ill of the brother who has the business and he's looking for investors. No, this is not against him. And the same thing apply to him. The same thing. He can pray to the Most High and say, ask the Most High, should I do business with this particular brother? He should be saying the same. He should be praying the same thing, because you're showing your reliance to the Most High. And when you're dealing with brothers who have a mindset and they have the same type of mindset, those brothers usually succeed together. They have a common goal. They have a mindset. But first and foremost, you'll have to always pray to the Most High. That's what got Israel in issues with the Most High. But they was not relying upon him. This nonsense that we're pushing our brothers and sisters, it shouldn't be. But unfortunately, broad and spacious is the road leading off to destruction. Cramped and narrow is the road that's leading out to everlasting life, and few are the ones finding it. Let that sink in, brothers. My encouragement on this channel is to encourage our brothers and sisters. I'm not here to tear no one down. The only one that can tear down is the Most High. He can tear you down, rip you apart, and then bring you back together whole. He can tear you down, rip you apart, and cast you over to the lake of fire. There is a measure of fear that we should be having toward for the Most High, and that fear should be at displeasure of hurting him, a fear of the judgment that will come upon us if we do not abide by the laws and how we treat our brothers and sisters, how we think about our brothers and sisters. This is not that time. We keep on around here now, mocking the Most High. Keep mocking the Most High, and we're going to see something, and we're going to regret it with that last breath. When Korah, Dathan, and Abiram did what they did, the Most High, what did he do? They went out and they found 250 men to join in with their little insurrection. See, now that's when he got the most. Oh yes, it got the Most High attention. Yes, it did. The same thing is happening right now, Israel. We're doing the same thing our forefathers did. The only thing about it is we're awakening up. We're awakening up to some to bring in some unnecessary nonsense. And if you're offended, yeah, you do talk about it. We do. I mean, I understand what you're saying on that, Sister Patricia. That's right. You will have to read the contract. And I understand, you know, but I'm gonna say this now. Where we coming from, Sister Patricia, is this. We're coming from a people that has been deprived. This is where we're coming from. We're coming from a people who is trying to have a root in something. But we've been deceived at the same time from our want. That's what's happening, sis. Shalom, Sister Kathy. Shalom, Brother Robert. I'm glad you all were able to make it in this morning. This is what, you know, this is where we're coming from, Israel. I'm hoping that a lot of us see these things and abide by them. But what do we do? And this, unfortunately, Shalom, Brother Kenneth. I'm glad you made it in, brother. Glad you made it in this morning. This hatred, brother, I tell you, it's mind-boggling. You know what? And the reason why I can speak upon it, I can give you the date of when my hatred started, down to the date and about the time. And this hatred has been going on down to this very day. Intense hatred. And it's very demonic. Brothers, when you walk about and you try to understand everything that you try to be alert to your surroundings and things. I'm that type of person. I try my best to pay attention to everything, down to the word. That's what I try to do. I'm not going to be scared about someone talking about, oh, I don't want to get involved. I know about it and things of that nature. I don't want to get involved. This is what's going on. For you brothers and sisters out there that do not want to get involved, you may find yourself under judgment. The more Israel speak up for the laws and for brothers and sisters to abide by the laws, the more we speak, the stronger we become. The more we put the Most High on high. But if you get to a point where the laws are not in your favor, that is, the laws of the Most High, is not in your favor, that is working against you, and you fall back to Babylon, yeah, that's Israel. That's Israel. Israel did our forefather did the same thing. And what makes you think, brothers, some of you all are not doing the same thing. You fall back. You fall back to the system. That's what we have done. We fall back to a system. And at the same time, we would fall back, you fall into judgment. Because the Most High will give you over to wherever you fall back to. When the scribes and the Pharisees was maneuvering the people of Israel to hand over Barabbas, and then at the same time condemn their innocent brother. That's us, Israel. We did that dumb stuff. We killed, murdered, lied on our Messiah. We did that. That's Israel. Although being moved and grooved with the scribes and the Pharisees, so the so-called sub-leaders of Israel. Now we're being awakened by the Most High. This is what we're doing. We're being awakened by the Most High. And some of us are being awakened to be destroyed. That's the worst type of awakening that you can ever have. To be awakened only to fall back down into Gehenna. If this is what you don't want, don't walk down that path. If you know for a fact you want your awakening to be an everlasting awakening, live in the everlasting laws. It's just that simple. And to respect your brothers and sisters on every level. We've been taught that it was impossible for Israel to obey the laws. We've got to get that dumb stuff out of our heads. That's what the nation and religion taught us. We can abide by the laws, but you gotta want to. You're gonna have a want to abide by the Most High's laws. If you don't have that want, you don't have life. Make it make sense. Everything. If you are a husband and you got a household, you got kids, wife, and you have this understanding the laws, and you choose to pick what laws you want to abide by. I want you brothers and you single mothers, you single fathers, you married couples to hear this. Your decision can affect your whole household. Your decision can affect your whole household. I don't care if you got a newborn baby that was like a day old. Your decision can affect that child's life. The Most High does not have an issue with if he deem your whole household is unclean, unfit. I don't care if your baby is 1 month. That baby can be Israel down to the bone, and your whole family. The Most High would take that you and your whole household out. History has shown that. Why do we not try to look at our forefathers' path, and we think we're different? The same thing is going to happen, Israel. You're going to be judged. You're going to be judged by your actions. So don't sit up here and think that the Most High is sitting right here lollygagging with you. He's not. And you can be old as Methuselah. You can be young as Joseph. If you're not abiding by his laws, your privilege of breathing can be revoked from you. That's having that healthy fear of our Creator. That's a healthy fear that we all should be having within us. But due to that stiff neck, a lot of us, it appears, you know what, let me take that back. I don't want to be saying a lot of us. Some of us are choosing that little wayward path. That wayward path, brothers, the day the Most High stands up and said, all righty, let me show these people who I am. And for you brothers and sisters out there that's not as transparent in your business doing, you probably want to go back and look at some repentance. And some of your repentance may cost you. And you may have to give up some things. You're right, Sister Kathy. The Torah is a book of instructions which we live our lives. It's a blueprint. It's a foundation. That's exactly what it is. But with this awakening, it seems like, sis, that some of our brothers and sisters want to pick and choose what instruction they want to abide by. But then when things don't go their way, they say, "Well, I'm gonna take this back to Caesar." And that's what our brothers and sisters are doing. They running right back to Caesar, to which the Most High already said, "I'm going to completely destroy her." But this is what we're running back to. We are literally witnessing a moment of the life of our forefathers, Israel, and we're living it in live time. We're running back and forth to the government. Oh, I got a case against this brother. 2 Hebrews standing before Esau. 2 Israelites standing before Esau. Esau sitting behind that big old wooden desk, sniggling and laughing. I got both of these niggas sitting here going against one another. Boy, they still have not learned a dime. They haven't learned a thing of who they are in the supremeness of their God. Wow. All right, let me just go ahead and play with them just for a moment, just to be using them as a toy. That's all they're doing, brothers and sisters. Sister Patricia, I'm gonna read what she said. They are taking the case out of Yahuwah's, out of Yah's hands, and putting it in the hands of man. Exactly, sister. That's exactly what's going on. But then, hey, they don't want to hear that, Sister Patricia. They do. I'm serious. Israel do not want to hear that. Now you can see it, you can believe it, but they don't want to hear that. To put their trust in Yah, well, I need my money now. Because all we saying in our little bitty mindset, Yah take too long. Yah, he takes too long. I want my gratification right then and there. That's what we're saying, sis. And that person could be the one in the who is wrong. But at the same time, when you talk about what you just said, sis, must trust in Yah. Uh-uh. But I mean, no disrespect, but Yah take too long. So now, patience and endurance. Yeah. Yeah, sister. I mean, we might go ahead and call a spade, sister. This is our problem. We want it. We want gratification right then and there. That's what we want. Sister, let me tell you this. You don't think I want my tools and everything for this brother to get my stuff back? Mm-mm. What do you really, I mean, do you brothers and sisters think I'm gonna go out there and put up a fight for some tools? No. The greatest thing that you can ever do is hand it over to the Most High. I don't look forward for nobody to be uh, destroyed by the Most High. I do not. No. And some of them may work that last nerve. They may work that one good nerve that you got about yourself. But we still need to maintain patience. The Most High know exactly who he need to take out. And I hate to say it that way, brother, but it is true. Some of us are going to be taken out. Period. There is nothing new under the sun, brothers. And the moment we understand that there is nothing new under the sun of how the Most High dealt with his people Israel, he don't hide anything. The sisters just said a book of instruction and a book of history of how the Most High dealt with his people. That book is for us, brothers and sisters. That book is for us to understand where we're going, how we're being led, where we're being led to. And those that love the laws, look at the laws, and wants to apply the laws, yeah, you good. It's the ones that looking for those gray areas of the law. It's when you practice that and you're looking for gray areas, what you're saying is truthfully, I'm trying to find an area where the Most High made a mistake in some of his laws. That's all you're saying. Because what do you think they do in court? They look for gray areas. That's it. The courts are built upon our books, brothers and sisters. What do you think? The courts, these people that call themselves us, they got those laws out of our book. And they using those laws against us, Israel. They're using it against us. The moment we understand that, the better off we're going to be. Brothers, you may have been offended, have been offended. But sometimes you got to take that offense, hand it over to the Most High. You keep it moving. Yeah, it's just about, let me tell you that, Sister Jones. Israel is always standing face to face with the Most High, and they reach out their hand and slap him in the face when it comes to his laws. They don't want to see that. They don't want to think that that's what they're doing, but that's exactly what they're doing. This mocking of the Most High, it's going to stop, and it's going to stop with a great deal of anger. That anger is going to come on Israel first and foremost. Now, if you think that you're going to continue to mock the Most High, Israel, You the fool. You are the foolish one. It ain't going. You're not going to do it. It just not no longevity. There's no longevity in you. And if you have a family, like I said, you and your family go down. So whatever you think you're doing, Israel, everything when the Most High look at you, the head of the household, and if he deem that you are unclean, you, your wife, your kids are also unclean. Yes, we're going to get into the depth of destruction. You might well go ahead and get used to it. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Everything about the Most High is not always peaches and creams, because he got to deal with the stiff-necked people. Now, when they get to that point where they just flat out just crossing the Most High, what do? Stand. He told Moses plenty of time. Moses, stand back. I'm about to kill these. I'm about to kill these people. It's anger. He said this way. I'm gonna go over it this way. He has a love for Israel, and I'm not going to use sisters for this example. I'm gonna use brothers. You take this one brother, and this brother meet this sister. They start talking, and things of that nature, and they start forming a relationship. They like what one another, things, how they think, and everything. And so they, they get started off on the right track. I mean, what? They starting to understand. He understands me, and he's saying the same thing about this sister. And so they started to recognize, hey, we, it's like we meant to be together. It gets to a point where they get married, and the husband. Now I'm saying, like I said, I'm gonna cut straight on this husband. I want you to understand how this is going to how things can play out, rather. And this man, with his love for his wife, and they have an excellent understanding about one another and towards one another. Now, as time goes on, they still bond, they still talk. I mean, wow. When people sin, they never look like they twins, because they love one another. Their love is intense. Time goes on. This man, he has a love, he has a trust for his wife. But unknown to him, his wife has started to nurse other mental situations, but never mentioning them. Just thoughts in her head. Now she starts to recognize her husband. He loved his wife. He's used to his wife. He gets up, go to the bathroom, and things of that nature. And she's starting to notice. And let's just say, hypothetically speaking, he getting a little love handles now. Oh, he's getting out of shape. Oh, that's so disgusting. But this the private, mental situation that's playing in his wife's her head, that he has no knowledge of. None. But his wife is his love is for his wife. Now, time goes on. Now those thoughts, excuse me, those thoughts start to manifest themselves. They start to manifest themselves. She started to get irritated at him. And he's like, hey, what's going on? Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. Hey, what's going on? I mean, did I offend you? But she won't say nothing. She will not say nothing. And I know exactly what a lot of you brothers and sisters are thinking, because you know for a fact what I'm about to say. Yeah, it happens a lot. A lot. So now, as time goes on, excuse me, as time goes on, man, I tell you, as time goes on, now she's starting to speak just a little bit about her dislikes. Okay. And he'd be like, well, I never knew that. I never knew that. Now, it's maybe shocking to him, but he would say, I never knew you felt that way. But the way her feeling started months ago. Months ago. All it did was just grew. That's all it did. It grew and grew and grew until it became verbal. Until it became a nuisance, really, truthfully, just for her, all by herself. Till they get to a point where she feels, I think we have grown apart. And her feelings are correct. They have grown apart. But let's concentrate on the brother. We will come back to the sister later. That's a blow to him. How do you feel that we came apart? Why do you say this here? Why do you say that there? Now, because now he's shocked and he's hurt because he put trust, love into a person, which he's supposed to do all the time. You're supposed to do those things for your wife, and a wife is supposed to do the same thing off the top. Granted, period. That's the way it's supposed to go. It's supposed to go. Till it gets to the point where the wife feels, hey, we need to separate. He is totally against it. He's upset because now it's as if his love has been in vain. This is how he is feeling. But she wants to separate because in her mind, she felt, hey, we just grown apart. What else are you looking for out in the world? So eventually they separate. He's depressed. He's depressed. She's like, hey, we just grew apart. It's nonchalant. Israel did the same thing, brothers and sisters. They did the same thing to the Most High. He put his love in Israel that was so deep, that was just like, he had a love for Israel. Well, he has a love for Israel. But what did Israel do? Took his love for granted, just like this woman did. She took her husband's love for granted. Now, it started when she recognized, he getting those like love handles or something. He started to get love handles. What do a loving wife does? If she loves that man, what does she do? I'm gonna tell you what these smart women would do. These smart women would say, honey, we need to go work out. She do not let that man know that he's fat or getting fat. And if she do it, it's gonna be in a joking way. But she gonna hop on it because she gonna know, I love this man. I need to make sure that he is healthy and fit. She started to check, what type of foods am I cooking? How much sugar is in this? How much fat is in this stuff? She started to scrutinize the household, scrutinize their diet. That's what that grown black woman does for her household, for her husband that she says she loves. Hmm. But we, Israel, I tell you, shalom. I mean, yeah, shalom, Sister Yvonne. This is what happened with Israel, brothers. And this was, it's happening. Israel did the same thing to the Most High. They took his love for granted. They took his love for granted. And now we're paying that cost. Now, when that wife left her husband, she thought that with her beauty, she can get anybody she wants. And she did. She got everybody that she wanted. Until it came to a point where the world knew her not as this beautiful woman, but as that hoe that then roamed around the neighborhood. Shalom, Pinky D. That's what happened to Israel, to this gorgeous woman who was in a marriage arrangement with a loving husband. And the sad thing about it is this, although that is on a spiritual level, when it comes to the Most High, we're living the fleshly part out right down to this very day. That's what we're doing. We're living it out. You can't tell me we're not doing it. We're taking this hatred, and when things start to, what you may say, go sour in your relationship, all that hate come out. That hate is deep. It runs deep, and it's just downright demonic. We tell people, we go and talk to close. I'm gonna say we talk to people that whether they're close to you or not, because we're trying to damage that person's character or whatever we're trying to do. We go in on. We try to destroy that person, whether it's a brother or a sister. We try our best to destroy our brother, our sister. And I heard brothers and sisters say, "I'm going to destroy them." Brothers and sisters, I don't want no parts of you. If you got your mind set on destroying your brother or sister, shit, all right, keep it moving, pimp. I don't need to be with you. That's your mindset. Keep to yourself. I know the end result of that. I know the end result of that. Go on thinking you want to destroy your brother or sister. I don't want to be around you. Now, if we can reason, let's reason. And let's find peace amongst the brethren. There is no glory in destroying no one. Let's just say, hypothetically speaking, that you do get the upper hand over your brother or sister. What have you accomplished? Truthfully. Oh, I got my money back. Yeah, you did. Count that money. Count the money. See, did you really get your money back? You may count your money. Yeah, I got my money back. Matter of fact, I got it plus some. Okay, did you really get it? Count it again. You count it again. I got it plus some. Okay, so what did you really get? I got my stuff back. I said, did you really get it? Count it again. I counted it and I got it and I got plus some. Where's your brother? I destroyed him. You didn't get it back then. The Most High is not built that way, brothers. He's not built that way. If you sitting and you literally thinking you're going to destroy your brother or sister, and you destroy your, trust and believe, you may have got some monetary money and plus some, but you just sit there and lost your own life. You cannot destroy Israel and think you will walk about happily ever after. You will get dealt with by the Most High. And you may have been that person who had a legitimate case against your brother. But the fact that you went out there you went out there trying to murder your brother just to get your case, just to get your, what's the word? Your just due. You got it? But it's the fact that how you went out there to get it. You did exactly what Cain did. The Most High was saying to you, hey, you've been offended. I know you have been offended. But I need for you to control that anger. Don't let sin get the mastery over you. That's what the Most High told Cain. That's a one-on-one conversation. A one-on-one conversation. And that conversation now, it is very strong amongst Israel. He's telling you, do not feed into that hate. Don't feed into it. It's killing you. And then if you keep on feeding it, you're going to eventually kill your brother. And when you start killing your brother, you become blood guilty. You will have to answer for that spilled blood, Israel, when it comes to your brothers. Even by word of saying that you're going to destroy your brothers, you just sat right there and literally premeditated a murder. That's all you doing. It's premeditating a murder against your brother. And you may have been offended, been the one who was offended. It's the mindset, brothers. Listen to the Most High. He's talking to you, Israel. This is not a joke. If you think the Most High is pulling his thumbs, he is giving you a warning. But that warning, eventually, his patience is going to stop. Let it be known. I'm going to have to deal with these people now. I have given them warning. I have told them, do not let sin get the mastery over them. But yet and still, they kept on nursing that hate. You kept feeding that hate. Oh, I tell you. Israel. This hate that we're allowing ourselves to get into, on top of whatever the system got going on. This is a absolute warning. And whoever you may be, just consider this a warning. Keep on nursing the hate, and you're going to be judged with it. And you can be innocent and guilty all at the same time, Israel. It's possible. You could be innocent to which how a brother dealt with you. And you can be guilty because of that hate that you nursed against that brother who offended you. And truthfully, brothers and sisters, who to say that all the time that it is that person who offended you, that brother could truthfully have a misunderstanding from you, or that he may have given to you, but you nursing hate instead of talking back and forth to your brother. And at the same time, don't get me wrong now, brothers, you may have some individuals out there know exactly what they're doing. They will know exactly what they're doing. They may not be transparent in their business dealing. The Most High know exactly how to deal with them, but he continued to tell us, do not feed into that hate. He warns us not to feed into the hate. He warns us very deeply, because he knows the more we feed it, the more we eat from that tree of hate, we literally dig in our own grave. And when I say our own grave, if you're the head of a household, you're digging it also for your wife, yourself, and your kids. This is how we're going to have to think about these things, brothers. Our actions affects many, Israel. It affects many. You may be a grandmother, but if you're nursing hatred, your grandkids, your kids run a probability of receiving judgment. It is more so if they're up under your household. Think about those things, brothers. This is just not always about you personally. It goes a whole lot deeper than you. And sometimes we're going to have to take L's and bows. They're not, we're some funny people. I'm going to tell you this. We will take a whole lot of nonsense from the world. But when it comes to our brothers and sisters, we're having both hands around our brothers and sisters' neck, trying to choke them to death. But you let the world come in and say, so-and-so, this, and they did this to you and they did that. But you recognize their power, and their power humbles you. That's that messed up mentality that we have, because we will look at the world and say, well, we can't move on the world. They're stronger than we are. Who is the strongest of all? Israel, the Most High. And we take his strength. Oh my goodness, we take his strength for absolute granted. That's what we do. We do that to the worst degree. To the worst degree. Brothers, sisters, this is not a good look. It is not. This is not a good look. If you want to follow the Most High, brothers and sisters, follow the Most High. Don't deviate. Do not step away from his flock. Because truthfully, when you start to gravitate out of the flock to Babylon to hear your case, trust and believe, if you just take your time and turn around, you're going to see some wolves right behind you. They're just trying to get you far away where the flock don't see how they're going to rip their teeth into you. They don't want them to see that. They don't want them to see the horrificness of the savageness of their eating your flesh and tearing you apart. They don't want them to see that, because they see that, oh, you go brace them up. They go like, oh no, we don't want that. You go have a sense of strength. You will know, we don't need to lead a flock. But this is what's happening, brothers and sisters. It's happening. Some of you brothers have been pulled away. I understand when brothers trying to hear the cases and things, they're trying their best to hear it, and then things of that nature. And then at the same time, yeah, you have these little brothers coming in talking about, you can't make me do nothing. I mean, what? I can be wrong all day long. How you gonna make me do something? But they'll look at Babylon though. They won't say that. They won't. Those brothers won't say that to Babylon, because they fear that power of Babylon. But the fear of the Most High is not within them. But they fear the Babylon. Yeah, Babylon been around. They've been doing their thing, and showing their hand. Oh, you want to come up against me, huh? All righty then. I'm gonna show you how we gets down. And Babylon has showed itself how they gets down. The Most High. No, it's not the fact that he don't listen, that he doesn't care. It's the fact that he's being patient with you. He has no pleasure in your destruction. Babylon, jeez, they will laugh at it, record it, and replay it, remix it. They do. They take pleasure in your destruction. They do. They see how they tore you down. They see where you came from, where you at, the thing that you would do. Oh, this is how low they go. Oh my goodness, they kiss my toes. This is what Babylon has done. This is what you asking for, brothers and sisters, when you want to deviate from the Most High. When brothers say, "Hey, we need to form this body of elders," respect that, brothers and sisters. Respect it as if you are living in biblical times, because you are living in biblical times. Truthfully, you are. It's a mindset. If you don't want your mindset to be that of Israel, trust and believe. The Most High already know exactly who you are and how He's going to deal with you. He knows these things. This is one of the moments, brothers and sisters. It's going to be a decision that we will have to make individually. Period. About this this hatred, some of this bad dealings and business. I'm like, you know what? Let me take that back. I'm not going to say bad dealings. Let's call it a misunderstanding in some respects of business. And there are some business thing that was bad, but you just can't take things into your hands and do things because you feel, all right, I'm gonna take this here. The Most High go look at you and say, all right, this is how you get down. He's going to deal with you. He's going to deal with you. Brothers, today is the 31st of December. And for you brothers and sisters out there that's taking up the fasting and prayers, may the Most High continue to bless you all. May the Most High continue to bless you. I wish the best, everything that you touch, that it be blessed. With this intense hatred, brothers and sisters, we all will be tested in that area. No matter what you're thinking, you're going to be tested. Do not fail the test, brothers. Apply yourselves to the Most High. His laws can be, the laws are not impossible to abide by. It's all about what you want to do. It's that free will that you choose to let the laws come into you. That's what it boils down to being, brothers and sisters. But if we keep on with this hatred and we want to step away from, like what these brothers said, hey, I mean, I understand the elders. Hey, I mean, they want to sit there and take it out to the courts. I mean, what is it there for us to say? There's nothing that those elders can possibly say now. You done took it out of the Most High's hand. You too, brother Robert. You be safe out there, brother. When you take things out of the Most High's hands and you hand it over to the system, brothers and sisters, I don't care who you are, but all you did was took it away from the Most High, and you allowed yourself to be clothed in Babylon's gear. Yes, it will. And that's the problem, Sister Kathy. It's the consumption of that hate. That's the danger. And this is the reason why I was led to speak about it, because I've seen it. I've seen the hatred. And I've seen what it can do to you. And it gets to a point where you're like, wait a minute, hold on. I'm not trying to. You're sitting around and you start having these thoughts about brothers being destroyed. You don't want that thought. You do not want it. You don't want to entertain that. It's not healthy. It's from the devil. The Most High knows exactly how to judge and how to maneuver judgment and who should be forgiven and who should not be forgiven. Leave it in his hands. This is we're here, brothers, at the threshold of a monumental change in history. This is the rise of Israel. This is the absolute rise of Israel. Listen, this is the rise of Israel. Either we go to rise with the laws and enjoy it. Take this rise, because when you rise with Israel, because the Most High, when he stands up, we stand right behind him. And at the same time, you're going to have some Israel that when the Most High stands up, that's going to fall off his clothing. They're going to fall off because they're falling off into the flesh. They're not abiding by the Spirit. That's one thing that's going to determine your life. It's going to be that Spirit. But we keep on letting sin, we allow sin to be interwoven into our flesh, we really are killing ourselves. What the Most High told Cain, brothers and sisters, it's alive, and the strength of it is right there in front of us. He's telling you, do not let the hate consume you. I've seen this firsthand, and I'm telling you, it's not scary. It is absolutely concerning. It is concerning, brothers. It is absolutely concerning. Because that can turn into premeditated murder so quick. I heard brothers and sisters say, I'm going to destroy them from their own mouths. What did the scripture say comes out of your mouth? Life and death. This is Israel. Because of their intense hatred that they have nursed, instead of putting that hatred on notice. Hey, first, before it gets to that particular hate, no, I need to reach out to my brother in the most loving way. This is what the Most High is looking at, brothers. He is not looking for you to destroy your brothers. And some of you brothers and sisters, we seen the intensity of our people. What? I told you, brothers and sisters, about this situation where this brother, he walked out. They was burning. You know what? In Africa, that's where you can see it. And you be looking at it like, wait a minute, what did this man do? Y'all got to throw gas on him where he is literally being cooked to death. Could you not reason with that person? That's because of the hate has took root so deeply. When hate has taken its root, brothers and sisters, you cannot reason with that person. It does not make sense for you to take on an argument with the devil. There is nothing that you can possibly do with that but hand it over to the Most High. That's it. That's all you can possibly do. Brothers and sisters, be careful of the hate that you nurse. You cannot overemphasize this. You cannot overemphasize it. This is the rise of Israel. Let's enjoy it. This is literally the rise of Israel. Israel, enjoy this. Brothers, I lost a lot. I did. And the thing that showed that I have seen, it is absolutely ridiculous. And at first glance, yes, I was highly upset. I've been lied on, talked about, called everything except a brother. And I'm not going to sit up here and pour myself into some sympathy and bump all that nonsense. And I'm not even trying to pacify my own self. I can let that nonsense ride into the sunset. I'm not here to pat my, oh, woe is me. Man, let that nonsense ride. It happened. And I recognized what my shortcomings was. I trusted in man, or I trusted in brothers. And now, mind you, brothers, this is when I say this. When I say I trusted in brothers, that's not all the way a bad thing. To have trust in your brothers is a good thing. But when you literally, me, I had a trust in them that I did not pray to the Most High to guide me. That's where the problem came in at. You brothers and sisters, y'all go back and look at the old videos I did with Brother Eric when the situation went down with QTUA. Y'all heard all that frustration in my, yeah. I said it. I trusted those brothers like, and I did. And you heard me speak my sinfulness right there on his channel. When I said I trusted those brothers, I trusted those. And it took a few months for me to understand. I literally witnessed my own sin. I should have prayed to the Most High first and foremost about every last one of them, even with the organization. Because truthfully, he was giving me warning signs from the get-go. I wasn't paying attention. I can't blame nobody but myself. And I would like for you brothers and sisters out there to do the same thing. If you got yourself into a business dealings, sit back, examine your action. Examine your action and see where you at fault. Was there something that you should have done that you didn't do? Was the Most High saying something to you that you brushed off? I can almost guarantee. Well, you know, so I almost guarantee the Most High going to let you. He going to give you some type of warning. It's just going to be us who go sit down and really truly and say to yourself, "Well, he did. He did. He gave me some warnings, and I brushed on. All right, then. If he did that, brothers and sisters, and you come to an honest recognition that yeah, the Most High did give me some warning signs, you may have to take that as a loss then and learn from it. You may have to do that. I'm doing it. I'm not saying you got to follow my footsteps, but that's the way I'm looking at it, brothers and sisters. In order to maintain peace, sometimes you're going to have to humble yourself and keep it moving. You're going to have to recognize, oh, you know, this was upon me. And I'm coming to you, brothers and sisters, I'll let you know, no. I mean, don't get me wrong. It does not absolve the individuals that QTUA. It does not absolve them. It does not. Because wrong is wrong. You don't do wrong and think you're going to get rewarded for wrong. The Most High don't work that way. I recognize what I did. I did. I recognized. That's one thing I would say. I'm not going to sit up here and say, woe is me and they did this and they did that. I mean, they did what they did. But when you sit down and you let it marinate in, you're like, wait a minute, hold on. I could have prayed to the Most High first and foremost, but the Most High did. He always said that to me. You will have to leave this organization. I just brushed it off. I kid you not, brothers and sisters, but I ain't gonna lie to you. Yahusha is my witness. I had those thoughts in my head for the longest, but I just didn't see how in the world I would leave this here. This is a good thing that we're doing. That was in my mind. That was in my mind. I'm thinking, and I ain't gonna lie to you, brothers and sisters, the first thing I'm thinking is the devil. That's what I was saying. That's that devilish side of, and things of that nature. Because I'm working with the Organization of Hebrews and so on and so on, and that was my mentality. And just like me and Brother Dave, a couple of weeks ago, we was I was on the live. We was talking about the days when we was all on channel. We voicing our opinion. We felt so strongly about our awakening and things of that nature. But now we ran into a rough patch, and it seemed like a lot of us can't take it. Brothers, sit back, examine your action. It's not always going to be the person that you're doing business with that's the person in the wrong. You may be that person in the wrong, and the Most High is trying to show you you made your mistake. This person is he or she is doing business. You did not listen to me. It's not the fact that I did not want you to do business with that brother or sister. It's the fact that you didn't listen to me. I didn't want you to do business with them. When we come to realize Israel, the Most High was telling his people from the longest, I just need for you to rely upon me. And he's saying that to us individually, brothers and sisters. Sit back and listen. Make it your aim to listen to the Most High. That's what we need to do. That's what we need to do, is listen to him. Brothers and sisters, I'm not going to hold you all much longer, but this hatred, it is consuming a lot of you brothers and sisters, and I'm going to have to leave that word the way it is. A lot of you brothers and sisters, this hate is consuming you. Be careful. Stay alert. Keep your head on a swivel. And on that note, brothers and sisters, I tell you, let's not get caught up in the last days and find ourselves under judgment from the Most High. Let us not find ourselves like that. And brothers and sisters, if you can, hit the like button and share this. And please share this. Please share this, because this hatred, brothers and sisters, and I appreciate it. You all send this and share, because this is encouragement that we need to hear, because we need to hear the words of the Most High talking to Cain. Do not let this hatred supersede you. You supersede it. You tell your body, you tell your mind what you will and will not allow. And the more we start to understand that, brothers and sisters, the stronger we become. Please hit the like, the share button, and subscribe. And for you brothers and sisters that enjoy this, the encouragement, and truthfully, brothers, I would like tomorrow just to open up the live and let brothers and sisters come on, because this hatred, we need to start voicing our opinion more so on this hatred. And at the same time, matter of fact, there's some situation that went down with some brothers being deleted. And I'm going to get into that a little bit more today. So I would like to come back on later today and for us to literally get into it, because we're just not only having this hatred within Israel, we got the hatred that's outside Israel. You are under attack. Think about that. Maintain that. You under attack inside and out. We just need to be cautious of how we are being attacked inside in order for us to protect the outside of what's coming into the inside of Israel. This is what we have to do. And brothers and sisters, before I get out, let me see. For you that like to donate to this here, to this channel, I don't even know how to do this on this thing here. Already. My Cash App is $ rooted in Hebrew. That is rooted, ROOTED. The letter N, Hebrew. And your donations are very much appreciated, brothers and sisters. And and like I was saying, I'm gonna try my best to get the other information. What happened with these other two incidents about our brothers, and we can talk about this because it's hatred, brothers. It seems that this is a last ditch effort for the world to prove their hatred or show their hatred to us. I just don't want us to get caught up in a inside hatred within Israel, where we've been destroyed from the inside going out. That's the danger. Keep your heads on the swivel, Israel. And shalom.